Hey guys, it's Maymay and we're playing with Chalk Couture and the truck. Today we are layering buffalo check, white, the truck outline. I'm going to be doing some of the flowers from this set. I'm going to use my ink mat and I want to show you what I'm doing this on. So I'm in the process of slowly redoing my living room, dining room, kitchen combination. And when I say slowly, I mean by Christmas, I hope it's done. I'm taking my time. I'm not going to spend too much money. I'm going to make some things. It's going to be fun. This is a table runner and only part of it is shown in the screen. The other part is hanging off the table that way. But I got this at Amazon and I will link it for you. It's pretty nice. It's kind of linen, sort of linen. It's a little thinner than I hoped it would be, but I think it's going to be perfect for this. And I was at, this is a long explanation, but I was at a very high-end decorator store and they had a table runner with a truck on it. And I was like, oh, I can totally do that with my own truck. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, so first things first. I apologize if you hear my phone go off. I am keeping up with children today. It's my job, so my phone will be on, and I apologize if I can't edit it out. All right, so this is an ink mat. Do you see that shininess? I want to show you how sticky this is. Do you see it? Reminds me a lot of like the mats we use in our electronic cutting machines. What it does is a couple things. One, I'm here by myself. I'm working on this by myself, and so I like having this as kind of an extra set of hands. So I'm going to stick this up inside the layers the way I have the table runner folded. I'm gonna stick this up inside there and then I'm gonna lay my table runner back over it, and this will, number one, hold everything nice and smooth. See how I can lay this on top of there nice and smooth? Isn't that beautiful? And now this guy's not gonna wrinkle as I'm inking it, and also underneath is protected to the other side of my table runner. That's just because I have it folded so you guys can see it. Okay, we have to do something first. The first thing I need to do is cut apart my truck transfer. I'm using a fresh truck transfer. I'm gonna use it twice. So I wanted to make sure that it was nice and fresh and ready to go. I have a lot of these trucks in my collection. I've been collecting them because this year they're going to retire the truck after this catalog. So I have been collecting them so I could have several. So this I won't need till last. I want you to think of layering with the ink like you do with layering with stamps. You're gonna layer your bottom first, okay, and then work on top. You're basically laying the colors down on top. So this is our topmost layer because it's all the pattern and design. So I won't need this right now. I'll set that out of the way, but this is the one I do need. Now I do not know if I'm gonna put a word down here or not or anything like that. I don't know. I'm gonna leave some space in case I decide to do a design. I don't know. I wanna move my truck up just a little bit, but something like this. Look how perfect the truck is gonna fit. I knew this would work. I just knew it when I saw it. I knew it. Now, this is not necessarily a Chalk Couture recommendation, but I do not do a lot of fuzzing on brand new transfers when I'm inking. Let me show you what I mean. So fuzzing is where you take a towel like this, terry cloth or what have you, and you lay your transfer down onto it and you just kind of take some of the stickiness out of the adhesive. You can see how sticky this is, right? So you take a little of the sticky off. But like I said, because I'm putting this on fabric, I'm not as concerned about that, and I actually want it to stick really well on the fabric. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place this down. You guys know I am an eyeballer of things. I am eyeballing where this goes. I'm using the camera to help me decide if I feel like it's straight. And I gotta be honest with you, if it's not perfectly straight, I'm not gonna stress about it, okay? So the first thing I need to do is lay down a white layer. So let me get a squeegee. I keep my tools and things handy in this little tub. You see it? I got it at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's some time ago, and I love it. So I keep everything close. This will be my squeegee of choice today. This is the one that's kind of beveled on the end down here, and I love it. So I'm gonna do white first because I want a buffalo check on top of this, and I really want it to pop. I'm actually doing a lot of buffalo check in my decorating this year. I'm falling for it. I'm sorry. I think it's beautiful, so I'm going with it. So this is the white layer that is gonna help my buffalo check to be two-toned black and white. So I'm just gonna ink this up, and all you're trying to do is flood the transfer. Remember, this is not a stencil. This is a screen inside of here. So all you're doing is flooding that screen with your ink. And I gotta be honest, I'm laying this on heavy. I want this white to be obvious, and I want it to really make the black I'm gonna put on top pop. So I'm being kind of heavy. I love days when I get to play with chalk. It's just my new favorite thing. And I love that it works in home decor too, because I love projects with a purpose. And this one is going to go on my table. And you know what? It's really a great time for it too, because Christmas is over, taking my Christmas down reluctantly, and I'm kind of sad. And I'm like, you know what? This will be cool to be able to spruce up my house with some new chalk couture. And the new stuff that's coming out Monday, the February 4th, this video is probably going to go up after that. Be sure to be checking that out. That stuff is perfect. I'm going to be using a lot of it for my home decor. Okay, so I got that all laid down. Now I can pick this up. So I'm just going to go to one corner. I'm going to start in one corner, but I'm not going to pull it that way because I don't want to stretch the screen. I'm going to lift it up evenly, okay? And I'm going to peel it and reveal it. And look how that sticky mat helps. Look, I can almost do it one-handed. Okay, little skinny right there, little thinness. I don't want that. I'm going to lay this back down. And I'm going to go right back over that little spot that I don't want to be that pale. I thought it was when I was doing it, but I did not go back over it enough, so that should do it. Perfect. Everything else should be fine. That was the spot I meant to go back over. There is our white layer. Now I'm putting this into a water bath beside me. Not all chalk couture designers like to do that. Some say that's not good and they go ahead and wash them right away. I've not had any bad luck with that, so that's what I do. It's in a water bath beside me in a little bowl. Okay, this has to dry before I can do the next layer. So what I'm going to do is speed it up with my heat tool. Now I'm going to use my heat tool today, but not for the heat. The ink does have to be heat set. I'm just doing this to dry it so I can do the next layer over it. Don't use a heat tool on your projects. This is not recommended. I don't have a blow dryer here at work. I meant to go by and get one on my way in today and I forgot. So I'm going to hold this back so I'm just getting the wind, but don't use it for the heat. Okay, so this is the buffalo layer. This is the one I'm going to do black, okay? So all I have to do is line this up on top of that white and it lines up super easy, just like that. Then I'm just going to press it down. Now I am not like scrubbing this down onto the white. I really don't need to. I just need to get it smoothed out on top. And I'm going to do this with the black. Remember I told you I wanted a pop of black in there. So new squeegee, or clean off your other squeegee. You can just do that. I'm too lazy for that stuff. I have so many squeegees and I really like it that way. I like to just grab and go so I can keep the party going. But I'll tell you, this ink today is taking a minute to dry and I think it's all the humidity we're having in my area that is causing that. Now I'm not super pressing on this. I'm just filling in the transfer with the ink. You can tell where it's missing. You can tell where you need to do it again. And I will probably go over this and then come back and hit it one more time after I get it all flooded. And I might even go in multiple directions. See, I'm kind of going one way and then the other. Not trying to get it to go underneath the screen in any way, just wanting to fill the screen up. Be really careful not to get your ink anywhere else. And if you feel like you might need to tape off, you certainly can do that with just some regular old like washi tape or even some of the chalk couture tape. All right, let's reveal it. If I don't feel like it's good, I'm gonna lay it back down and go over it again. Oh, that looks great. Look at that. Love how that turned out. It's gonna be so cute. Into the water bath this guy goes. Now I will have to go wash them, dry them before I do the other side, but you just wash them in water. It's super easy. All right, now this one needs to dry. While we're drying, I'm gonna go ahead and fuzz the truck one good time. And I wanna tell you something. I could not decide what color to do my truck. I was gonna do it this teal color, but I don't want the truck to sink in and go away. I want the truck to pop. I think I'm gonna do the truck in white also. I just want it to really pop on this gray. And I'm adding a lot of white elements to my decor anyway, so I think that'll look really pretty. So I think we're about dry. I don't know. I feel like we are. I'm probably rushing this for absolutely no reason. All right, so now you're gonna line this up. Now I wanna tell you something. A lot of people struggle with the placement of this, and here's why. The lines are complementary lines. So the part you wanna line up is the bottom of the truck where it meets the buffalo check, okay? You see how that's hanging out? That's right. It's supposed to look like that, okay? So you only want to line up the bottom along the buffalo check or the solid, whatever you put underneath, because this is going to also flood in and create like a trim piece, but you want all of these pieces to be exposed at the bottom, okay? So that is what you want. I really feel like I rushed that. We're gonna find out together. All right, it's drying so slow today. I'm putting it on really heavy too, so that's probably part of it. So back to the white, it's what I decided, it's what I'm gonna go with. I think it'll look pretty. I want the truck to really pop from across the room on the table, so I just think this is the way to go. And like I said, I'm laying it on heavy today because I really want you to see this so well. I don't care if it gets distressy looking, because it is going on fabric, which is hard not to kind of be distressy there because, you know, of the weave of the fabric. But I'm really looking for a nice, rich, thick result. A lot of people don't put it on this thick because they save product. So if you don't want to use this much product, you don't have to put it on this thick. You can certainly scrape it off more than I'm doing. All right, let's see how we did. Let's peel and reveal. It's my favorite part. I love having the ink mat behind this guy because it really helps hold everything in place. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm so glad I went with the white. I tried to talk myself out of it over and over again. I tried to talk myself into that teal color, and I kept saying, you'll like the teal, you'll like the teal, and I know I would have, but the white is right. I'm glad I went with that. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit and dry, and because I'm gonna be doing some flowers in the back, and I'm gonna do this truck on the other side or the other end of my table runner, I need to go wash and dry my truck so we can do it on the other side. So while this dries, I'll go do that. So as this continues to dry, I'm gonna go to the spring add-on, and I'm gonna use these flowers here at the bottom. So I'm just gonna cut this one away over here where it won't fall on my truck that is drying. I love the add-ons. There's an add-on for every season so far, and you can pick those up now, but again, once this catalog ends, they'll be gone. And I have an idea for this guy that I think is gonna be cute. I'll show you that in another video. All right, so these flowers are going to come out of the back of the truck, like so. And I want them to be done in different colors. So I've chosen these. Let me stack them up so you can see them together. I think they're pretty like this. These are the ones I've chosen. I think they look really springy. If I were to add another color, I might add a blue, maybe. Let's see what it looks like with the blue. Not really blue, but kind of blue. I might add that color in, we'll see. I'm gonna get these guys ready so that once I get my transfer down, I can just dip into these and put the color where I want it. I'm not gonna be able to kind of go back and forth as much because I'm gonna be putting the colors so close to each other that I don't wanna cross-contaminate when I pick up and things like that. So I just wanna go ahead and get my inks all ready. And I am gonna be using my multi-purpose tool. I think that's what it's called. I love this tool. It's nice. It's got a firm center so it's easy to use. So I've got one color ready off to the side there. And I'm trying to keep the screen clean for you guys so as not to confuse. I know I have a lot in the screen. Sorry about that. Here's another color. Let's see how it looks. Oh, not open yet, so let me open that one. A tip I like to give you is to keep your hands clean, okay, while working. If you're working where you have a wet wipe or a washcloth or a wet paper towel, use that and keep your hands clean. That will help you so much with getting ink where you don't want it. So as I'm opening these jars, if I get ink on me, or paste on me rather, I mean, this is ink, not paste. If I get ink on me, then I will clean it off so I don't take a chance of putting it anywhere else. All right, let's see if this is dry. See, just like this. I can tell that's not dry by looking at it, so I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, but I'm gonna put the lids back on these, just like so, because I don't want them to start drying out. All right, again, while that one is still drying, I'm going to fuzz this transfer. And I think I am gonna fuzz the bottom of this especially really well, where it's gonna be touching the truck, just in case I'm being a little rushy. I know I am. I don't know why I have no patience today. I'm just like, I wanna see how this turns out. I'm so ready to get it done. All right, so this guy goes in the bed of the truck, and I'm gonna line it up. Maybe I wanna go over the truck a little bit, just a tiny bit, just like that. And I'm gonna press this down. And I'm just gonna press the edge, and I'm not gonna worry about rubbing this part down on my truck too much in case I have rushed it a bit. Just wanna make sure this is stuck down and that is stuck down. and we're in good shape. Okay, I've never done this part before. We're fixing to play and see how this goes. I think I'm gonna start with the green, and I've got all these little guys out over here so I can work kind of quick, okay? So anywhere I want green, I'm gonna go ahead and start laying that in. And I know most of these tulip pieces here, I think they're tulips, they look kind of tulipy. Most of this area, this leaf is very green. So I'll put those leaves in. Then I'll come back and touch up flowers as we go. I may even do some of that green since I just did. I'll just do that. We'll get what we get. I think just the mixture of the colors in the back will give the feel for what I'm looking for anyway. So I wanted most of that section to be green. And maybe some of these exposed stems up here. Just kind of hit them like so to get a little green in there, and then I'm going to go over it with more color. So I think that's all the green I want. Let's close that one up. Let's put some yellow in so I can see where that's going to go. I think maybe these big flowers. If you are afraid you might contaminate your colors, you could put some out onto a little plate, just a little bit, and add to it as you need to, just to be sure you're not cross-contaminating. You see, I'm just going right back in. And right there, I happen to know I did get a little green on that. I'll clean that off a little bit and see where else I might want some yellow. Maybe right down in here a little bit. I've seen this done with a lot of colors like this, and honestly, just if you get a lot of color on there, by the time you're done, it's super cute anyway, so you don't have to be, you know, really, really specific. Let's put some of this bluey color in. Let's come down here to the bottom for that. The other good thing, the ink's drying so slow today. I've got lots of time to do this. Okay, let's mix up another color in there. How about some pink? All right, we got two more colors. Let's do some orange. Oh, we have one more color. I might need to add another color. I think I will add another color, but what color? Let's finish it with some purple. All right, I don't know what we're gonna get. Let's just see. Let's peel it and reveal it. Color can't be bad, right? It's just a lot of color. There we go, full of flowers. Oh, I like it. Especially not like critiquing it, but just seeing a whole bunch of color in there. I really, really like how that turned out. That is cool. I like it. Now I'm gonna show you something. So, a little non-traditional me, right? You know how I am. I'm gonna take some black and I'm going to scratch in as if there were some stems. Now this is where everything could go terribly wrong, but we'll see. Just scratching a couple things in there. I'm tapping it off on the little lid a little bit. Just want there to be a little bit of kind of brokenness. Could do that with brown too. I actually like that. I think it gave it a, you probably can't even see that in camera. It was just enough to give it a little bit of streakiness in there. You can play, you could use a toothpick or use the brown like I said, that would work really well. But I like how the truck came out. I don't know if I'm gonna put words. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it like that and just let that be my truck on my table runner. Now the only thing I have to do next, is repeat this on the other end and then heat set this. And I'll heat set it with my Easy Press. And once this is dry, I'll show you how that works. Time for side 2. I'm gonna place this down onto my little sticky sheet here to hold it in place to my ink mat. And we can start with the truck and do it all over again. Now the only thing left for me to do here is heat set this. And this is one of those little ironing boards from Walmart, those little mini ironing boards. That's what I use for my heat press. And I'm just gonna place this here. I'm gonna place a piece of parchment paper on top of it to protect it. And I'm using my heat press. So I'm just gonna sit it on top. And this is set on 315. I have it set for 30 seconds. That's fine. Maybe a little more than I really need, but I'm gonna set one side here and then move it over and set the other. So that's it, all heat set, and now it is permanent. And yes, you can do it on t-shirts, tea towels, anything you want. This is now a permanent piece that I can have on my table for years to come. I love it. If you'd like any more information about Chalk Couture, joining my team, purchasing Chalk Couture, all that information is in the description below. Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.